Afternoon, Tubbers. Any of you can remember that intro to ITN is at least as old as me. I've got news. Some of you may instantly suss that because I've been communicating with you one way or another. But January for me has been dead on Class 2. Dead. I've had a hell of a lot of messing around on the agency, and I'm going to do a quick vlog to discuss that too, because I think it's important, because there's a lot of, especially new drivers, that tends to be their route into this industry, agency, for one reason or another. So I'll discuss that as a separate issue. But yeah, so one of my goals this year was to do my Class 1, or my, in modern terms, C plus E. And I've had my hand forced because of the amount of work available. So on Friday just gone, I went to a company out of Nottingham. I phoned a few schools up just to find out what their availability was. And this one particular school, they'd had a slot opened up early February, which I thought, great, that is what I need. The training starts on the 10th of February. So you got Wednesday the 10th, 11th, 12th and Saturday the 13th. And here's what you're not expecting. The test is on the 14th. Yeah, but Foxy, that's a Sunday. They don't do tests on Sundays. Well, I'm telling you, if you pay a premium of £27, whatever it was, they do tests. They do tests on a Sunday. Particular test station out of Nottingham does anyway, at the very least. So the examiner rung me up, because originally it was going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, test on Tuesday. But he rung me up on the way home and said, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news for you. He said, the good news is that your test won't be on the Tuesday anymore, it's on the Sunday. I went, right, so what's the bad news? He said, well, the bad news is you'll have to pay a £27 premium for that. I went, well, that's not bad news. I said, because Sunday the traffic will be calmer, because it's the first test out of the day, so traffic will be a lot calmer, roads clear, just what you want. So I think at £27 it's a bargain to do your test on Sunday. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to be doing my test, if all goes well, on the, let me just check what's the date, it might be the 14th of February. That's Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yes. So there we have it. I've had my hand well and truly forced. I went out for a test drive, assessment drive. Now, it's not so common to have to do an assessment drive for Class 1 as it is Class 2. Because Class 2, at that stage, you're not a truck driver. So they want to know that you can handle what they're going to throw at you and over what period of time. So, i.e., if you can drive, they'll put you on a shorter course. If you can't drive, if you need those basic skills honing before you can start going on to the advanced stuff, then you'll need just a little bit longer. So, but I asked for an assessment drive, this particular company, because I have selected to go in an automatic truck. I took my test in a 4x4, which is a manual gearbox for those that don't know, and that takes quite a bit of getting used to, but I mastered it, not a problem, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took my test in a manual, so I'm not scared of any gearbox that's put in front of me now. However, I didn't need the added complications of a manual gearbox in an Arctic lorry. So step number one, I chose automatic. Now the second thing is, I'm not actually in an Arctic, I'm in what they commonly call is a drag and wag, which is a drawbar setup. So you've got a standard class 2 vehicle with a trailer on the back. It's a brake trailer and all that malarkey. It's connected to the airlines just in the same way that a tractor unit is to a trailer, but they react slightly different. They don't reverse in the same way. I think the Arctics, to be fair, from a friend of mine, in fact some of you may have picked up on it in my very first vlogs where I was training. I trained next to a guy called Gavin, lovely chap, and he went straight on to do his class 1, and he says, do you know what, it's surprising just how easy it is to manoeuvre them, you know, because you don't expect to be in such a big vehicle. I think the added complications of having the wagon drag system is that it's slightly more complicated, the way it reacts, but I'm sure I'll get to grips with it. So I did my assessment. I had a bad shoulder. I've got a bad shoulder. I've injured it doing whatever. But and if it had been in a manual, I couldn't have done the assessment. I just couldn't. But because it was automatic, I was able to do it, and I did really well. I quite enjoyed it. What I was surprised at was just how the trailer intuitively follows where you put the lorry. Of course, the only thing you've got to remember is you're a bit longer. Now, I know the wagon drag is 14 foot longer than a standard Arctic. So you've got the length to consider. So if you're going around a left-hand bend, obviously you need to be by that white line, you need to be out there, you need to get out before you turn in to make your rear follow. But that trailer follows instinctively, and you soon become comfortable with it. So yeah, I did all right. Got back to it's right next door to the test centre is this guy's yard, and he said, well, yeah, that was a beautiful drive, appreciate it. He said, I recommend the short course, so I've gone on the short course. So it's 3 hours a day, 3 hours Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, total 12 hours. Test on the Sunday. Bish, bash, and indeed bosh. So I shall give it my all. I need to get my head back into training mode again. But yeah, so that's my news. We're going class 1, baby. So stay with me. I'll take you through the process. I've not talked to the tutor about filming, so I don't know how much filming I'll be allowed to do, but I'd like to be able to show some processes of it, and if the guy's in agreement, which I can't see why not, because it's advertising for him, just like I did with Ian Markwick. I'll do a bit of filming, some of the manoeuvres and what to expect and progress, etc. Difficulties I'm coming up with that you, when you get to that stage or have been to that stage, will identify with. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully he'll give me permission to do a bit of filming. But either way, I'll put some reports together to let you know how it went. I'll give it my all. That's all I can do. So stay tuned. Watch this space. Thanks for watching. Drive safe.